Hello, everyone. So today I would like to uh, talk about some tips for preparing tests when you first become a resident alien. So, generally, when you arrive at the U.S. For a certain amount of time, you will go through the process from becoming from a non-resident alien to become a resident alien. So me, for example, this year 2019, I became a resident alien in 2018 because I arrived in the U.S. for more than 4 years, and in the fifth year, I automatically become a resident alien. So, but in that process, there are very so the test preparation for non-resident alien and resident alien is completely different. And me, for example, last week, so today is April 17th. Last week, I basically spent a whole week to prepare tests because of this status change. So because I spent so much time, I have concluded a certain amount of tips that I would like to share with you. So there are four main points, that I have concluded. If you go through these 4 points as in this video, you would have save much time. You have saved much time compared to me. So let's start. So the first step is you need to determine whether you are truly a resident alien. So for example, when you arrive in the US for more than 3 years, you may have questioned yourself, am I a non-resident alien or a resident alien? So for 3 years, no. For F1 student, for 3 years, no. But for fourth year, you may need to question yourself. So to do that, I would like to suggest you to go to this website called irs.gov, individuals, international taxpayers, alien residency examples. So go to the examples website directly because they have so much information that can help you determine whether you are a resident alien or not. So previously, I go to the non-examples website and I go through definitions, for example, and that is not very helpful. And go to the examples website directly. Example 1 will automatically tell me that I am a resident alien. So this guy, F1 visa, he arrived he entered US in 2011, and the year that he have to prepare and test is 2016. So basically, he has 5 years in between. So this is the time where you should question yourself, right? And there's a term called substantial presence test if you go to the definition webpage, but that is not that is difficult to read, I would say. But just look at this one, right? So substantial presence test on 183 days, 183 days. So July 1st is the date he passed it. So that's why he is a resident alien for the year of 2016. Right. So this is my case also. I entered for this amount of time. So there are other examples as well. So for other, like a J1 visa, there's also example. And for work visa, H1B visa, there are examples as well. So these are very helpful. So I would like to say that this is the first web page that you will go to visit and to read to determine whether you are truly resident alien or not. And so this is my first point. And the second point is pretty important. So, or if you do not read it, you may have waste some time on determining whether you are a dual status alien or not. And I came across this term, right? Dual status alien, and this is the term that you may question yourself as well. So let's look at this example one again. So he entered US on August 15th, right? And he passed the substantial present test on July 1st, right? So but you have to prepare the tests for the whole year. So he passed the substantial presence test on July 1st. So for the whole year 2016, is he a non-resident alien before that, or a resident alien after that? So this is the question that most of you guys have questioned yourself, right? So I would say that this is a big no. So you are a resident alien for the whole year. So you can see that the resident starting date is actually from the start of the year. So when you look at the term, or maybe you look at the term dual status alien, where you have to prepare two test forms, NR form and also R form. That is the thing that you should not worry about. And I worry about that whether I am a dual status alien or not. But maybe you look at the taxation for dual status alien. You have to prepare like two test form, and very difficult to do. And but if you look at this example, you don't have to worry about that. So generally, I would say that dual status alien is very rare. It's a rare thing. So if you are not like businessmen traveling in and out the US for frequently for the year, you do not have to worry about this term. So if you encounter this term and you like me, and you do not spend 2 days, for example, researching whether you are dual status alien. So and I would also like to point out one thing, that the webpage for IRS for dual status alien is actually the starting point where I feel the most where I am I am most puzzled about. So let's look at this sentence, right? So you are a dual status alien when you have been both US resident alien and a non-resident alien in the same test year. So this is generally the question that you ask yourself. But this is like a tautology or some, or it is a definition, of course, but it is not so helpful, right? Because you are both resident and non-resident, so you are dual. But most of us ask the question whether you are both, or whether you are either or situation, right? So if you encounter this term, don't worry about it, and don't spend 2 days on it as like me. So the third point I would like to tell you is that normally non-resident alien would not receive a form 1042S. You may be familiar with this form if you receive any fellowship during your first few years of PhD study. You may have received this form. If you receive a fellowship, scholarship, or any prizes, you may have received this form, right? But for resident alien, you will not receive this form. So that is the tricky part. So once you become a resident alien in the year of a resident alien, you should not receive this form. But sometimes the school would make a mistake that the secretary or the office may file you this form is also because they are not aware of your status change. So what should you do, right? Because this is an income and this is a taxable income. and you have to report it to the IRS. So this is the question. 1042 asks for a resident alien, which tax form I need to fill out. So you can directly search this question in Google, and you will go to this website. So let's look at the answer. So if you are resident alien and you receive this form, you need to go to the. So normally this 1042S is not for resident alien, but if you receive that, you will go to something called expenses and scholarships. So previously, you may be familiar with that if you receive this form, you in 1042 NR, there's an entry where you can enter into the form. But when you become a resident alien, the entry is gone. So the scholarship or fellowship or prizes, you will need to go to the expenses and scholarships in under education expense, and that is about the form 109XT. So you may not receive the form 109XT because you do not pay tuition, because you never took any classes. But if you have 1042S, you need to go to this education session and treat it as if like 109T and scholarships for tuition, and or scholarship for expenses, and you enter there. So say yes for other scholarship or fellowships, right? So that is the tricky part you have to pay attention to. Yeah, this is a point that I'm pretty sure that there is some change, because for non-resident alien, when you receive this form, there's an entry that you can enter in your 1042 NR, but that entry is gone for the when you become a resident alien. So pay attention to this answer. All right, so let's go to the fourth point, and the fourth point is so maybe the most important point, right? Because before when you are a non-resident alien, the school may provide you with some free version of test preparation software, like Spring Test and other software, and they are free because for non-resident alien, you will not receive as much benefits as resident alien. So they are simpler, and generally they are free. But when you become a resident alien, the test preparation is more complicated, and they will not be generally free anymore. So you need to go to some more sophisticated test preparation software, like TurboTax for general US citizen. And for TurboTax, there's a trick, there's a trap, is that when you go to this TurboTax official website, and it says free, guaranteed, 0 fat 0, state 0 to file, right? So I actually believe that, and I create an account, and I enter all of them, and I go through like a day or two entering the numbers or income, and at the end I found out that you actually have to pay to download the report and mail it out. So it's actually not free, and so it's actually around $100. So if you are rich, you can of course pay that, but for grad school student, that may be too much, and I found out that there's something called freedom version. So please use this version. So there's a trick to access that website. So this is the official website for TurboTax, but if you go to, if you add slash tax freedom slash after this website, you will go to an entirely different website, and that is called Tax Freedom Tax TurboTax Free File Program. This is actually the completely free. So this one is free guaranteed, but if you sign in here or create account here, it's actually not free. And if you want to completely real one, the real free one, you will have to go to this website. And to do that, you have to qualify for some income taxes. So income tax. So right. So so you have to answer: did you make $34,000 or less? So most of us do. So click yes. Most of the graduates do, and then you press this orange button. So you do not click this button. You press this orange button, and you have to create a completely new account on this website. And also after you create that, and you can log into that. But whenever you want to log in again, you have to go to this freedom again, and then sign from there after you create an account. So previously I spent when I encounter I have to pay $100, I search for freedom, but I sign in actually without creating a new account. So I still actually have to pay for $100. So let's see this question, right? So do I have to pay for TurboTax Premium even if my AGI is below 34,000? So it says that, okay, you qualify for that, but if you use this one, you actually have to pay again also. And so you have to go to this website and do not sign in at the top. Use the button I qualify, start now, and set up a new account. And so pay attention that don't use any TurboTax accounts in sign in, but you have to click the orange button and create a new account. So that's it. I hope that you find this video useful. So basically there are 4 points to conclude, maybe. And so the first point, determine whether you're a resident alien. This would be the fastest step. And so the second point is that don't worry about whether you are a dual status alien if you are not some special businessman traveling back and forth, or special people, or arrive in the mid-year, or go home for half year, something like that. And for normal, if you receive 1042S, go to the education section, enter under the column of 109XT. If you receive 1042S, treat it as 109XT. And the fourth point is that go to the freedom version, tax freedom, at the slash tax freedom slash after TurboTax official account websites, and then you can use the free version. You don't have to pay for the tax software. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope that you will find this video useful and save you a lot of time.